quite boring back here, Scolding. 3 of them, they can't even attack. Oh, crap. Oh! No! Oh! Nice.
Not boring anymore, is it?
Good job.
I may have spoken too soon.
So the Sky Strikers 1.0 update is officially here, which means the game is no longer in early access and it is out now for free on the Quest Store and on Steam. So in this video, I'm going to show you around a little bit and then also give you some tips and tricks for the 3 different classes in the game. But before we get into that, I gotta let you know that Sky Strikers was kind enough to reach out and sponsor this video. So with that said, let's get into it. This is the main hub where you spawn in, and there's a little mini map to help you find your way around. Although honestly, you can just kind of look around because everything is pretty much within sight. If we head over here to the street arena, this is where there are casual games. And then on the other side of this arena, there is this vote machine, which you can use to vote for the next game type that the casual arena will host. If we head into the shop, this is where you can buy your currency and all of your cosmetics. And speaking of currency, you can also accept your daily bonus here. And you'll collect more coins for the longer your login streak is. This little penguin bird thing is your mailbox, and if you've played before the official launch of the game, you actually have some cosmetics to claim here. And over here we have Keeper's Daily, which is basically just quests for you to complete. Then over here we have the Joyos machine, which will take your credits and give you a random reward. This is the second time in a row I've got hearts. Let's go for one more. We've got the money. Give me something good, please. Oh my gosh. If you want to find new players or join a friend, you're going to want to head into this little shuttle, and you can just hit change hub to go to a random new hub, or give your friend this code or enter your friend's code here to join the hub that they're in. And finally, the area that is actually new to the launch is this gym. The gym basically gives you a private area where you can practice your skills without having to worry about interacting with other players. There's a time trial, a bunch of climbing stuff, striker practice. Nailed it. My personal favorite though is the goalie practice. Got it. Got it. Where I'll be spending most of my time though is in the Hall of Heroes. And that's because this is where you can join ranked matchmaking, or to your left over here, you can join custom private games, but it's also the home of this really cool ranked leaderboard. I love the way they did this in the game. Yeah, without going into too much detail, that's everything out there, but I want to get into the tips and tricks. So there are 3 different classes in the game. We have Prime, Jetstream, and Bulwarp. Prime is the closest to Gorilla Tag style movement, and when you press grip as Prime, you're given a bat which gives you extra reach and extra power to hit the ball. Great shot. Shot!
Oh,
yeah!
Well done. Awesome. Good one.
When you pick up energy as Prime, it will refill your rockets, which you can use trigger to fire at the ball, or you can fire them at the ground right as you push off to rocket jump. You can also fire 2 rockets, one with each hand as you push off for extra power. In general, your bat will hit the ball much harder than your rockets, but you can do something called a bomb pop, which is where you fire a rocket right as your hand makes contact with the ball to give it an extra boost. Now let's talk about Jetstream. Jetstream basically operates like there's low gravity, and you have thrusters on each of your triggers that will literally let you fly. You can see this drain on the bar here, and it recharges on its own. You can also feather it by tapping trigger if you need a little bit more airtime. Holding grip as Jetstream activates a short-range tractor beam that you can use to hold the ball, and picking up energy refills your slots that allow you to press trigger to launch it.
That shields.
Now, one big tip for this is if you hold trigger after you launch the ball, you can actually move your arm to steer the ball. And if you feather your thrusters like I showed you earlier, you can actually fly while holding the ball in your tractor beam to line up a better shot. And finally, if you need some extra speed, you can hold grip and then press trigger to fire behind yourself and get a little boost. A little easier to show you if I just boost backwards, but you have to repress grip and then trigger in between each shot. And finally, let's talk about Bulwarp, which is my favorite. Bulwarp actually feels like it's under the heaviest gravity, but if you lift both your hands off the ground, you carry your momentum into a slide. Pressing grip will give you these little paddles for extra reach and power, but not quite as much as the bat. Pressing trigger on Bulwarp will let you place shields, and you can see the cooldown for that on your wrist. You can only place one shield at a time, which is good because they are very powerful and they are fully climbable. One quick tip for that is you can place a shield under your hand while you're in the air if you need some extra height. Otherwise, in general, the shield is just very good at making any kind of long reach stop or save.
Look at that shot.
Oh, whoa.
Rejected.
There you go.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Why? Goalie, why?
Nice hit. Oh, the blocking.
Oh, no.
The lines around your shield on Bulwarp are actually for placing portals, and that's what refills when you pick up energy. So if you hold grip and then trigger, you can release trigger to place a portal that will teleport things to your shield. It also gives them a pretty big boost. Now, the obvious cheesy use case here is to set up a shield that faces your opponent's goal and then use a portal to catch the ball, sending it into their goal. One thing to note though is that your portals won't work past your opponent's goal line, so you can use them anywhere on the field, but once you've crossed this line, you can place them, they just won't work. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention that portals do work on players and they get removed once something goes through them. And with that, I think that is all of the tips that I have picked up for myself jumping into the 1.0 launch of Sky Strikers. If you jump in for yourself, definitely let me know if you like the game, if my tips helped, or if you have any tips of your own.